baseball season. Alex has covered baseball for a long time. She's a California girl. Were you a Dodger or Angel fan growing up?
This is always the toughest question I've ever been asked. I'm a Southern California sports fan. I grew up with season tickets to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
My whole life.
Sure.
And I looked at it like I got traded to the Angels once I started working for the Angels. But yeah, I love both. It was super special to be able to witness the Dodgers winning the World Series with my dad this past year, because I took him to Game 7 when they were playing Houston and they lost.
Yeah.
And it was devastating. I watch a lot of baseball. You knew that wasn't going well by the third inning. So, yeah, both.
Yeah. Hey, but players have to change.
Big fan of both.
Yeah, players have to change alliances all the time. By the way, James Harden, in 2 minutes, I'm going to bring in Chris Broussard. We're going to play a fun game because LeBron and KD are choosing their all-star teams tonight. This is what the NBA does. I love it. They give you starters, and they give you bench people. You have to pick the starters first, then you go to the bench people. So Chris and I will draft like I'm LeBron, he's KD. Who's better? Boom. Anywho, James Harden played in Houston last night. It was some people cheered, some people booed. But James Harden really looks like a new man, right? He leads the NBA currently in assists. He's very happy. He's smiling a lot, not as moody. He's getting along with everybody. We never thought James was a bad guy or a villain. He's quirky. But it's interesting because everybody now is like, look at James Harden, give him the MVP, he's a new man. And I laugh at this. First of all, it's a honeymoon phase. Second of all, they're winning, so everybody's happy. And third of all, the condensed schedule is a huge break for Brooklyn, because you've got veteran stars offensively, and with a condensed schedule, you have one less day to prepare for them. So if you got veteran NBA players, multiple on a team, you're hard enough to beat. When you condense the schedule and I get one less shoot around, one less film session, Brooklyn is a tough matchup right now. But the one thing that won't change, and this is where I've always been critical of Harden, and it's not even really a criticism, it's a reality. Karl Malone always needed the whistle. Karl was never quite as good in the playoffs as he was in the regular season, although he's a Hall of Famer. James Harden's game needs the whistle. Kyrie's doesn't, LeBron's doesn't, KD's doesn't. James needs the whistle. He plays with a lot of lean in, a lot of body. He's not going to get it in Brooklyn, and he never got it in Houston, because NBA referees, and I've been watching the NBA for 40 years, they swallow the whistle in the playoffs. They let players play. NBA referees during a regular season, much more willing to blow stuff dead, much more willing to give you the star of the break. Doesn't work that way in the playoffs. So that's why defense matters more in the playoffs, physicality matters more in the playoffs, and that's where we stand. By the way, one more little bit of news before we move to Chris Broussard. The Steelers announced they've signed Big Ben to a new deal for 2021, which essentially guarantees them they won't win any big playoff games. We knew it was coming. All right, so let's bring in Chris Broussard. Okay. So I know you're going to say this is unfair, but this is what the NBA is doing tonight. I'm LeBron. It's my show. I got to be LeBron. And you get to be KD. And LeBron got more votes than KD, but KD's hurt. But the NBA said, we don't care. LeBron does get the first pick tonight, and he's playing. Now, what we're doing is what the league is doing. You and I are going to pick our starters, right? We're going to get our 5 starters. You're going to get the 8th and 9th pick back-to-back because I get the first pick and have LeBron. You also get the first pick on the reserves. So at one point during this process, you will get 4 of 5 picks in a row, but I do get LeBron in the first pick. But this is what the NBA is doing. So I
have a question.
All right.
I have one question.
All right.
For the starters, do they have to be among the starters, or can you pick a reserve as one of your starters?
Great question. I asked the same thing 10 minutes ago. We have to go through the starters first. So the starters are Embiid, Giannis, Curry, Bradley Beal, Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Jokic, Kawhi Leonard, Jason Tatum. Do you have all of them there? You want me to say it again?
Tatum, yeah, say it again.
Embiid, Giannis, Curry, Bradley Beal, Luka, Kyrie Irving, Jokic, Kawhi Leonard, and Jason Tatum. We have to pick our starters out of that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. So I have LeBron.
All right.
Okay. I get the first pick. You ready to go?
Now, I'm picking to win the game. I'm not picking to look cute on paper, Colin. I'm picking to win the game.
Well, what do you think? What do you think I'm doing this as a glamour photo shoot? I'm here to win the game.
Cute, yeah. With that mustache, you're there to look cute.
Okay, my first pick. My first pick is Steph Curry.
Okay.
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 So Steph Curry.
I am going with.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got Steph. Okay. I'm going with Joel Embiid.
Okay, that was going to be my second pick. All right, so I'm going to shift up here. I'm going to go Jokic, Nikola Jokic, Denver Nuggets.
Okay. I am going with Kyrie Irving.
Oh, you got a lot of drama on that team. Okay, I'm going to go.
It's only for one afternoon.
Okay, I'm going to go with who I believe. No, I'm not. I'm going to go with Kawhi Leonard. Get a bucket, get a stop, Kawhi Leonard.
Okay. I'm going with this. Should I go? Yeah. I'm going with this guy because, you know what?
Yeah.
He's going to play hard. Everybody else will be lollygagging for 3 quarters. He'll be out there giving 110%. Giannis.
Okay.
Giannis.
Okay. So let's look currently at what we've got here. Let's see. I've got Steph Curry, Jokic, Kawhi Leonard. So I've got great guard, great big, great wing. So now I can just play around. Now it's just fun. Now I just want to. Now it's tough because I've always wanted to see LeBron and Bradley Beal play together.
Oh.
Let me think. I'm going to go Luka Doncic.
So that's your 5, right? You got your starting 5.
So my starting 5 is Luka, Kawhi, Jokic, Steph Curry, and LeBron James. So all I know right now is that is a handful. All right, Broussard. Now you get the next 2 picks of starters.
Don't I get the next 3? I get the next 2 starters and the first reserve.
Okay,
right?
go for it.
Okay, this is where I run away with it. I mean, my starters are pretty much set. I got to go with Jason Tatum.
Yep.
And Brad Beal.
All right,
so
I like
got
them
some
both.
good shooting. I've got Embiid inside. Giannis is my energy guy, and I'm lighting it up from 3.
Okay.
And my first reserve, see, I'm going to make some controversy in the locker room because I'm benching Bradley Beal, and I'm starting my first reserve pick, who is James Harden.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, that's an interesting pick because I'm going to go right at you because your team is, I got to be honest with you, it's a lot of drama. You know what I'm about? I'm about winning. My reserve is Chris Paul, who's going to take Kyrie. God, look at this team. This team is spectacular. Chris Paul off the bench.
I got you beat. I'm going with Dame Dollar. Dame Dollar.
He's good.
I got 2 7-footers. I got Harden and Dame off the bench.
Okay, so let me look at the screen. That's a pretty good team. Let me look at your roster again. So who do I have to defend? Let me see this right here. So Steph Curry doesn't play any defense. Jokic is okay. So I got LeBron and Kawhi will play defense. So my team's not very good defensively. I'm going to admit that right now. Luka doesn't play defense. Curry doesn't play defense. LeBron in an all-star game is not going to want to play defense. So Chris Paul will play defense always, and Kawhi will play defense. Let me think. Let me look at your roster here. So you're Embiid, Irving. You have a lot of offense.
I'm a handful from 3. And I got rim protection with Giannis and Embiid. And I'm lighting it up from 3. Oh, Colin.
Hold on. So I want to win the game. I'm not into flash and nonsense.
If I had to have these guys for a season,